Funny how.
Welcome. Alan Depew and another episode of Quiet Please the Golf Podcast. We've got a lot on tap this week. Seth Waugh dropping a bomb, surprise resignation. I'm sure our resident PGA golf professional and historian Bobby Baldessari will give us a little insight on that. Batea, Cameron Young catching some heat, different reasons on the PGA Tour. But as always, our panel is here talking just about golf. And to my left, joining us as always, Mr. Q Mixer, golfing god, Andy Hydorn, the smoothest swing in the Houston area.
Keep narrowing down that.
I did. I really did.
Yeah.
To my bottom left, Boston Bob Baldessari, hailing from the great state of Kentucky. We now call him Bourbon Bob. Hello, Bobby.
Unfortunately, it's been a long hot day on the lesson tee.
Ooh.
I got Gatorade.
Sponsored by G2 tonight. Excellent. Well played.
He has caramel colored Gatorade.
Yeah.
And our prettiest podcaster and our other PGA golf professional could not be here, but we have some investigative handicap journalism taking place. I am talking rising golf funny man, social media icon, Strickler in the house.
Guys, thank you so much for having me. Since Andy reached out to me about 2 weeks ago, I mean, I've watched at least 3 of your episodes. Big fan of the podcast.
Nice.
Ready to contribute. And yeah, let's get her going.
Hey, the very fact that you have Golden Tea playing in the background for you, those of you that are watching on YouTube, I'm down for that. I got a fondue pot.
Yeah, I like my setup a little bit better. Also, I don't know if you get this a lot, but I know exactly what Colt Knost is going to look like in 12 years. You guys are like, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. You're both beautiful men with beautiful voices, and I don't know.
Nice.
Sorry, that just came to me.
That is a good call out. That is a good call out.
Yeah.
Sorry if that was too soon. I know we just met, but I can't help it. I can't help it.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little awkward, but I'm not gonna lie, it's okay. Andy.
Yes, sir.
Actually, no. Let's jump to the topic because as a former PGA member myself, Bobby, did anyone see this one coming? I know his contract was expiring, but Seth out of nowhere drops the bomb. Staying on special advisor. But he also leaves a pretty good track record what he was able to accomplish with some contracts for the PGA. But you've got connections at National. What's up with that?
Not surprising to me, not shocking to me. I knew this was coming.
Okay.
There you go. Yipper.
I don't know anything that's going on about this. If this isn't about investigating somebody's handicap at a prestigious private golfing club, I'm out. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to shake my head. I got 6 vodka seltzers here that I'm going to drink. You guys handle this one.
Well, you might want to investigate Seth his handicap, but no,
wait a minute. You know what? I just got to interrupt now. I'm going to interrupt to say, dude, I love the matching Flintstone golf shirts on the member guest.
I don't do matching shirts. That's where I draw the line. I cannot do matching shirts. I can't stand them. That's like, I don't want to look like anyone else on the golf course. I hate like shopping at my own pro shop because eventually you're going to wear a shirt and, some dangus is going to be wearing the same one that you can't stand. So you got to go in, buy a shirt before you even tee off. It's just, matching outfits. I'm out.
Nice. All right.
Most pressure of the day. What to wear.
Everyone has standards.
All right. Bobby. Serious journalism now.
Serious journalism. Well, okay. So no, seriously, I wasn't surprised. The word on the inside was that Seth would not stay for, until the next cycle of the next incoming president, to be honest. So I thought he might be there through the summer, but he's done some good stuff. But I think, timing's everything. He was on the national board when they've basically handed him the keys to the car, the officers at the time. So, I think I get asked this a lot. I certainly get asked if I was going to apply for the CEO position. I would,
I
you
would
know,
support you, absolutely.
yeah, I would love to. And I know this is gonna sound a little crazy, but there are many, many PGA pros right now that can do this job. I worked on the inside, and I'm telling you, in other departments, the top executives are the very, very smartest. They got some great people in top executive positions. So the CEO doesn't have to be quote unquote the smartest person in the room per se. And there's a lot of PGA members because of the career enhancements that kicked in at the Philadelphia meeting in Philadelphia. I believe it was the year 2000, maybe 99, something like that. Expanded career pass is what it's called. So from that point on,
I thought it was the Continental Congress, no? Is that something different?
that was a different PGA group. Yeah, they were rogues, and their handicaps are all fake, by the way. So, but they, because of the last, I can call it 15 to 20 years with these expanded career paths, a lot of PGA members have been into these positions that I think you could have a PGA member now. I mean, technically, Jim Autry was the executive director of the PGA. His title they changed that to CEO. Jim came in probably in somewhere in the late 80s. PGA was vastly different. The game and the business was vastly different. But I think you could potentially see a PGA member in the role. I know some past presidents are going to lobby for the position. I know a couple of people that are at headquarters probably going to lobby for the position. But I think in this day and age, you could see that.
So Andy, I'm gonna throw this. I'm going there right out of the gate. We have just heard Bob's formal announcement
Yeah.
to be considered for the CEO of the PGA of America. Clearly the smartest man in the room, and in the spirit of the current political landscape over the last week, watching that debate, Bobby's got my vote. What say you?
I'm all in for campaign manager. I can tell you that much. I think it's kind of interesting, and it's somewhat symptomatic of that type of job. But like, there's not a lot of love towards Seth Waugh from the membership. I've been around the PGA for quite a few years, kind of tiptoeing around the inside, but it just is one of those jobs where he gets a lot of criticism from the membership, and I'm sure some of it's warranted, some of it's probably not, but it's a tough job, and it reminds me of every time Gary Bettman takes the microphone to
He gets booed unmercifully.
He gets booed unmercifully. So, there's something to that, but it does make you wonder, like, just how successful was he, and how effective was he in serving that role? Makes you wonder.
Yeah, he's definitely not a fan favorite of the masses. I mean, and pardon the golf pun, he may have had a lot of these things already teed up for him.
Yep.
Not a golden tee, but I mean, yep. Chiming in at all? Anything on the PGA? You got?
Oh no, I gotta walk a tight line on this one.
That's well played. That's well played.
Yeah.
Trying to get on their good side.
Well, you got incoming CEO Bob right here, so I mean, you're good.
Don't worry, Bob. I don't know if you know this, Bob, but I have over 9,000 followers now across all platforms. I'm one of the biggest social media stars on the planet, and I will be campaigning for you big time. Everybody's going to know who you are tomorrow. At least like 9,000 people, 1,000 of which are probably bots, but still.
No, 1,000 of which are 6 foot tall Chinese women.
I was going to say, do you have that same 6 foot tall Chinese woman that's following you?
I have 37 different page sporadics. I can tell you that.
Yep.
If I'm in there, yep, you'll be my Secretary of State.
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. I went to law school for like 4 months too, so I'll be a good addition.
I can carry my bag for 18 holes.
I don't doubt that.
All right, Bobby, any final thoughts on that? Is that all we got?
No, but it's a good, it's a good comment as far as, the optics. Seth is a member of the 14 club thing. He's not, I've never felt like he can appreciate my level of where I'm working, especially right now, and the average PGA member. And, just the background, I think he tries to be empathetic, but when he starts talking about the move to the Frisco area and all the money and about the Silicon Valley of golf, and there was just a lot of things early on. I just thought, wow, why is he saying that? It just didn't feel like it represented the rank and file. And, you know, going forward, is this there's a lot of discussion out there. I'll tell you right now on different Facebook forums and things I'm in about the PGA of America, the election in progress, the process, I should say, election process. What they did decades ago, is that relevant now? How you elect the leaders now, the CEO, different things like that. There's a lot of angst out there. There's still a lot of mistrust of national, quote unquote, PGA headquarters, a lot of it. I've lived both sides of it. I could take up the whole next hour talking about it. I don't want to alienate myself, but there's a lot of PGA members that just don't feel like they have a voice anymore.
For sure.
That mic drop right there. Boom.
Yep.
Hey, Andy, before we jump over to another topic in your wheelhouse, Richard Bland, catch any of the action U.S. Senior Open?
Yeah, I did see it.
I mean, you are a senior and
Yeah.
you've played in USGA events.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
But it was
That was my connection there.
Thank you for making me seem bigger than I am. I appreciate that.
2022 Greater Houston Senior City Golf Champion, by the way. I
said
happen to notice that.
The investigative reporter.
I did notice that the guy you beat made a triple bogey on 18, but that's besides the point.
Wow.
That's besides the point.
Wow. Very impressive.
I'm always watching.
Yeah, clearly. Alan, I think we should.
Richard Bland. Just
So
give me something.
hey, look, he's young. I think he just turned senior age recently. He had a renaissance career as a regular DP World Tour player. In his late 40s, he actually won. So he's been playing good golf. I'm sick of reading about the victimization of, live golf players, as people are writing about how, Richard Bland won the last two majors and nobody cares. Nobody's talking about it because he's a live player. Nobody cares because he's a Champions Tour player. No one was talking about Stephen Alker when he was lighting the world on fire either. So it's just a silly, kind of thread tied back to live. And he is a live player, but again, great playing. I actually watched some of the playoff on Monday morning with this short Japanese guy who was, playing his heart out. But yeah, he's a great player. He's probably gonna have an opportunity to win, several senior majors in the next few years.
Either one of the other guys, Bobby Yip, burnt or natural conditions of Newport. Fan or no fan?
I'm a big fan. I've played the course. I've been there. The clubhouse is really, really cool. I mean, it's been some years, but I'm just
a lot of conversation about that. A lot of conversation is that you're coming right off the off of Pinehurst with the natural areas. Now you got this more natural feel, which can't play everywhere. It's a seaside property, but is that the future to try to cut down on maybe some of the cost involved in American golf?
Yeah, I think it plays into cost. I think it plays into the environment. Definitely plays into water usage. I mean, out west, it's going to be crucial with the water usage restrictions. I'm just a fan of that natural look. I'm a fan of less perfection. And you take Augusta out of the equation, and maybe there's 2 or 3 or 4 Augustas out there, the Shadow Creeks in Vegas. But I like that natural look. Yep, take care of the greens, putting surfaces, maybe the tee areas as well. But I don't know, there's something about that. It really appeals to me, maybe growing up in New England. I don't know, but I'm a fan.
And Bobby, again, if you're watching the YouTube version, Yip has got Desert Mountain on the background on Golden Tee. That's all I could see as you're talking about water restrictions in the west desert Southwest.
Perfect
Well,
timing.
speaking of that too, did you guys see all those virgins a couple weeks ago out at that tournament?
The what?
The virgins that ran out with the spray paint when Scotty Scheffler and Tom Kim were battling it out. And
Yes.
oh, can you I'm all about saving yourself for marriage, but I mean, can you imagine going on a date and she's like, oh,
This is
just
what's
so you
gonna
know,
go
the
down.
world is going to end in 12 years because they're watering their golfing courses too much. We're all going to die. I just don't understand this.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
get it.
Yeah,
get
the whole protesting
I
thing
miss,
is gone.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
missed that.
do you like that whole seaside look, or are you more of like the U.S. Open 6-inch rough Augusta National prime conditions?
I like the rough to be cut as short as possible because I have no chance of escaping. If it's my ball, when I'm watching the others, I like to see it difficult. That's all I got. I don't know. I'm still thinking about the virgins. Sorry. There's so many dating sites. I don't get it. Like, find something to do with your free time. Hello. Ooh.
Andy, can you write some code on that little dating site for golf
Yeah,
protesting?
yeah, I can do that. I can do that. I'm a code writer for sure.
All right, I personally love it. I think as an operator of golf course, Bobby, and you and I, obviously, I mean, look, I've seen, you can see with the droughts here in the Northeast right now, the roughs are burning out. Who cares? You know, the golfers actually love it because that's that one time that they hit a 7-iron 180 yards and they think that's routine. You know, it creates a different whole challenge to the game. It creates creativity. How you going to play shots and bouncing them into a green? You know, I love it. I love the look.
I mean,
You save, and here's the financial side of me, and you save money.
right. Yeah, and I think it, not to be too corny here at all, but it ties into, is golf like life? Is life like golf? You got to play it as it lies, that type of thing. If everything is so purified, if everything is so maintained and so manicured, it's just not real.
Agreed. I'm trying to bring this up right now here as we talk, because I got one other thought before we move away from the U.S. Senior Open. Anybody want to comment on Frank Benzel Jr.'s back-to-back stars?
Yeah, I
want to go to Yip right out of the gate.
I mean, I saw it. Did he make the cut?
No. Nope.
Gosh, that's a tough one to go home and tell the family about. I don't know. I did see that he
6-hole stretch.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, his 6-hole stretch, he was even par though. He went eagle, bogey, 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 bogey.
Yeah, that's
solid.
So the odds came out as something like 6 million to 1 or whatever. There's no chance that they're that low. There's no chance, because how many golf courses have you ever played that have consecutive par threes?
Right.
Not many, right? So they didn't factor that in. They probably just factored in the odds of making a hole in one, then the odds of doing it the next time you play a par three, not to be back-to-back holes. So I just think what happened is astronomical odds.
Andy, I think that alone, course design needs investigative reporting.
Yeah.
I'm
not touching it. He probably doesn't have a handicap. He's a real golfer. I'm not worried about him.
Andy, would you like to inquire about, should we investigate that further?
What, my handicap?
No, I'm just trying to throw it over to you to throw it over to you.
Yeah. So look, our guest that we've been sprinkling questions at that he has no interest in answering so far. But we have such an awesome guest this week, Mr. Yip Strickler, and I found him on TikTok a couple weeks ago. And first of all, the thing that got my attention was he's doing something that the whole world of golf is afraid to do, right? Everybody's afraid to call people out for being sandbag and cheats. But, the way Yip does it is not only informative, but it's funny as shit. And you all need to go to his, social accounts and follow him because it's super funny. But on a serious note, it's super real and it's a big problem. So my first question, Yip, to you is first, welcome to the show, number one. But like, how did you get here? Like, what got you to the point where this was your flag that you were going to wave?
Well, I mean, I've been, investigating handicaps at my prestigious private golfing club since 2011 when I joined. And really, I didn't grow up playing golf. I was not a country club brat. My daddy Trip was just a manager of a Burger King, so we were not living the country club life.
Trip
Uh,
Strickler?
what's that?
Trip Strickler?
Trip. Yeah, my daddy Trip.
I think
Uh,
I think I follow him on LinkedIn.
No, you don't. You don't. Once I still remember like playing like one of my first net tournaments at my club. It was a King of the Hill match. There's 64 guys, brackets set up. You play match play all the way through, and at that point it wasn't flighted, and I had just started playing golf, and I was like a 15 handicap, and I think I was playing against the 8. And I remember, I mean, I walked him off by, I don't know, hole 14 or something. And I'll never forget what he said to me. And he just said, "You're the best 15 handicap I've ever seen." And he was clearly calling me a cheater. And I wasn't, I just started playing golf. That's just what it was. And as soon as he said that to me, I'm like, well, I'm not going to be that guy that people are talking about when they win something. So, I put all my scores in. That's all you do. You get done playing, you put your scores in from the proper slope, whatever tees you played from, and, things should work out. But see, if you're like me now and you're a 4.7 index currently. Now, let me explain this to you. I have one of the worst golf swings that I'm sure any of you have ever seen. I stink at hitting the golf ball. Sometimes, I mean, I have no idea where it's going. Okay. I basically just slap it out there. I play a draw with the driver. Sometimes it's more of a big slang and hook. Do I control it? No, it just goes wherever it wants. And then I hit it from there. I have a good short game, so I can, get away with it a little bit. But, I put all my scores in. So when I'm hitting it good, I can shoot in the mid 70s and, everything's good. But the problem is I play so many guys that I'm like, wait a second. I'm giving you one shot. I get one shot on you, and I know you're going to shoot 74. I've never seen you shoot more than 74, and it just gets a little frustrating. So, what I started doing at my club a few years back, do you mind if I discuss the my first big case?
No, please, please, please.
So this is before Yip Strickler was the biggest independent journalist investigating private handicaps at prestigious private golfing clubs. I was just at my own, and there was a guy who was putting his scores in at a club that had the same exact name of ours, except it was 3 states over. So when you put the scores in from the blue tees at that other country club, the slope was like 109 compared to ours, which was like 131. So clearly, if you're shooting 75 and you put it in on a 109 slope, it doesn't really do anything. So, I mean, he was just cashing left and right. And you know exactly who I'm talking about. It was me. I'm sure you know it was me. I know how everybody talks at this club. I'm sure they told you. I don't care. It might have been an accident. I don't know. Might have been an accident.
Was that the Dominion Gin voting system?
It might have. It was. I'm not. Yip does not get political. I don't know if you saw him. I've tried. I don't get political on here. But basically, what I used to do is I would have I would steal one of my employees' phones. Same thing I kind of do now. I have plenty of burner phones, and I would call up. I don't know if you guys ever remember if you used to watch Saturday Night Live when it was funny back when that Tim Meadows guy, the ladies' man.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that, but
Yeah.
that was forever my prank voice. And I would come up with like a little character, and I would wait until the pro answered, because like I'd call up, some girl would answer, up, that's a cart kid, up, I wait for the head pro to answer. And then as soon as the head pro would answer, I'd be like, hi, yes, this is Mr. Freddie Stallings. I'm the chief handicap auditor of the Midwest Handicap Auditing Association, and I have a guy's name that just came across my desk that you need to investigate. And then basically I would just give them all the info, show them the facts, and then
My
things would get
God.
changed.
That is
Do that
awesome.
again.
Oh, I can't do it again. My one black friend told me that was like virtual black voice, so I don't really do it often, but
Ladies man.
that's a joke. I have plenty of black friends.
Yeah.
You didn't ask if they serve Courvoisier?
Courvoisier. It's Courvoisier, sir. Yes. I actually met Tim Meadows once at a Pistons game too.
Can I actually ask a quick question? You're being obviously an investigative reporter. You're probably up on this. What is the statute of limitations on handicap fraud?
I mean, not much. I mean, you only posted 5 scores in 2023. Did you not play much golf last year, or what?
Next question, Andy. What you got?
Alan, come on.
All right, there's this one time. I got to tell you a story.
So one of the things that I learned on your channel was this manipulation using 9-hole scores.
Oh, don't get me started.
I had no idea like this was a thing. Explain to everybody what the 9-hole score hack is.
Okay, so well, first off, I'm currently working. People don't really understand how smart I am, but I am pretty much a math genius. So I'm working on this video where I break down exactly to show how it affects the differentials different ways and how I just think it's nonsense. But the easiest hack is, I have a match coming up in 2 days, and I have 2 scores that are counting that I can knock out real quick with a couple 9-holers. And so, you go play 18 holes, post them as 2 9-hole scores, and you're done. I mean, these are like, if you could see the messages I get from people ratting out others at their clubs right now, it's awesome. It's awesome. The problem is the clubs don't always announce the winners on their social media sites. So I'm a little leery to, dive into those ones. Once they make it public, I mean, I'm having at it.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, the 9-hole thing, it's the differentials too, because I kind of checked it out a little bit on Sunday. I had a match with Mama Strickler. We got a little babysitter. She only plays 9 holes, and I had to give her 16 for 9 holes. She's like a 36. I was getting 4, and so I was up against it, but I chipped in on 7 and 8 and beat her. She wasn't too happy with that, but I did post my first 9-hole score in a while just to see what it would. I mean, I had to. It's what you do. It's in the rules, but I don't like the way the computer is just guessing what you're going to do for the other 9 holes, kind of, and the differentials they don't work. So I'm going to prove this.
Is that what it does though? It'll take a 9-hole score and basically count it as an 18-hole score?
Maybe.
The way that, yes. So each 9-hole score counts now. So you could have, if you play 20 9-hole scores, that's what your entire thing would be. Just nothing but 9-hole scores on your GIN app. And yeah, I don't like it. So that's like the biggest hack right now.
Alan's taking notes.
And that's like 9 holes too. It's like, I don't know. I just don't like the way it's working. I really don't like how people just post 2 9-hole scores instead of 18 to get out your best scores. That's the easiest. They made it too easy for them. I don't like that.
Yeah, and it seems like they were trying to accomplish the exact opposite of what's happening.
Yeah, it backfired pretty quick.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So, another question for me, how much flack do you get?
Oh,
fields?
Well, it all depends. Some people have senses of humor. Others, threaten defamation of character lawsuits and things like that. I had one that got a little dicey. I had a lady getting a hold of me telling me that this guy's daughter was getting made fun of in school. She had to leave school because of it. Like, I don't know if that was real. If so, I felt pretty awful about that because I'm a big family man. Pip, Skip, and Elizabeth mean everything to me. And if they came home crying because kids were making fun of me, first off, my kids, they have backbones. They're not going to be crying about anything. But yeah, that one stung a little bit. But the best is when you get someone and you wake up the next morning and you can tell that like three of their buddies must have been, having their, they must have had their third beer of the night and they're like, oh, let's get on there. Let's all make fake accounts and start talking trash to them. That's my favorite because it's just so obvious. And one of the first ones that like this one guy started getting in the comments, talking a lot of trash. I looked him up and he was on the Gin app and he was soft capped. He had all these nonsense scores. It was great. He just gave me a softball.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm catching a little bit of flack, but most of it's all good, and most of what I get is just tips now.
Hey, yeah, what's the psychology behind the reverse of that, where it's the vanity handicap and it's the guy that has the big ego and truly wants to say, yeah, I'm a 5 point whatever, but he should be a 15. And that's just that, that just I've seen that my whole life, and it's like, dude, why don't you just play to the handicap, have fun? But they've got this ego-driven thing about, no, I want to be a 5 or 6 or single digit.
Well, yeah, that's how you end up running for president.
Yep.
Whoa,
Yeah.
no political.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got both of them. I got both of them with that. I mean, I challenged both of them, their best ball against mine any day of the week. So, any
Okay,
day.
can I go political once, Andy, real quick? Was it not hilarious that the only time they finally started really arguing with each other is when they started arguing over handicaps? That was some funny shit.
If hilarious is a synonym for embarrassing, I totally agree with you.
It was amazing. That was when I turned it on. I literally turned it on, and that was the first thing I saw. And as soon as it happened, I was like, "Oh no!" And my wife's like, "Mama Strickler was like, what's wrong?" I'm like, "I'm not going to sleep tonight." She's like, "Why?" Because I'm going to have 300 people messaging me, and they're going to want something. But the problem is, they're not sandbagging, and that's what I do. So I really don't care.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, just to clarify, my question is, what is the statute of limitations on handicaps? Because
Asking for a friend?
I'm asking for a friend. He may have been a junior. He maybe played a lot of golf by himself. Didn't want to post any scores without having them tested, and played in a club championship at a certain club in Virginia growing up, and with an ex-convict and 2 other juniors, and won by 5 shots.
I think you're clear. This sounds like this might have been 20 years ago. I think you're in the clear. I think you're in the clear.
Colt Most is older than that.
Colt Nost is younger than me. I found that out today. That was
Yeah, he is a young fella.
yes. Really good at what he does, though. I like him.
He's
Oh,
very
he's
good at
awesome.
what he does.
So I have another question, and I don't know if I saw this on your account or it's my algorithm now, people talking about handicaps.
You don't want to see my algorithm.
Yeah, exactly. But so this guy comes on and he starts talking about in sidebar. I've had this conversation with my friends multiple times, but this guy comes on and he starts talking about how he wins net events all the time because he's just better than everybody else at handling the situation. And I'm sure that there's a little bit of that goes along with it, but he also went on to say how, when I play, we don't give any putts and we putt everything out. And then when we get in these tournaments, that nobody's used to putting things out. And while there might be a little truth to that, I'll pull away from the details and just say that anybody who's constantly winning net tournaments is a cheater. I don't care. I don't care what the details are. If you're constantly winning, by definition, the handicap system should make you, kind of a balanced out entity compared to other golfers. But if you're constantly winning, you're cheating.
I mean, that's why I exist.
Yeah.
I'm dedicating the rest of my life. I'm dedicating the rest of my life to this. And
Yeah.
I don't know, there's a lot of people that say I'm doing the Lord's work. I don't know if this has been sent from up above. Maybe it is. Maybe this is my calling. Mama Strickler doesn't think it is my calling at all, but I told her she better get ready. She might want to start looking for a job because Daddy's thinking about quitting his. This is going to be it. It's a lot. This is a lot more fun. I don't even care if I make any money.
Hey, once you hit 10,000 followers, the
Oh, yeah.
world's
Yeah.
your oyster.
Oh, that's
Subscriptions start rolling in. I mean, you're good.
oh, is that all I need?
That's it.
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
Good.
That's going to happen by tomorrow after I'm on one of the biggest podcasts in the golfing world. Let's
Oh, yeah.
go.
Yeah,
We're
Yep.
going to the moon. You guys are going to get a big yip bump too. Don't you worry.
we are going to get a yip bump.
Do I want that?
Yeah.
I got another question. Is that a
Sorry, I
tequila
had to-
bottle on the top shelf?
I had to disconnect got another vodka seltzer over here. I'm just getting into.
You know what's great with vodka? Q mixers.
Q mixer.
That is quite correct statement right there.
Yeah.
You know anything about that, Andy?
I do.
What is this? What do I need?
Q mixers, yep.
Ooh.
Makes the finest cocktail mixes in the industry.
Oh man, are you getting paid to say that? Because you should be. That sounded very enticing.
Premium cocktail mixers. Found on all shelves.
And
All
if
about the
you
Q.
like tequilas in your vodkas, there's nothing better than a little tropical ginger beer with tequila or vodka.
Okay, well, I will. I'll try that out tomorrow.
Right.
I got my setup all right here for tonight. I got a big match at 7:30 in the morning. I have to be in the right state of mind, right pocket. It's funny how all the members at my prestigious private golfing club, the only time they want to play matches is at 7:30 in the morning. I can't.
Right.
It's like they think they have like a trick. They don't know that I don't sleep, so it's okay.
Yeah, what did ever happen at Twilight Golf?
Andy was sounding like the ladies' man there describing the Q.
Ladies, man. Just gets me in the mood, Bobby.
Nice. Yeah.
So one other question I have too, as I'm rolling them off here. So one of the funniest things happened. A bunch of buddies were playing in a scramble. This is probably 15 years ago, and this is back when it just became like the cool thing to do to start posting scores in the 40s. But you know, we were having like this hilarious game at identifying before anybody hit a shot who was going to win. And you know what? It's amazing. It's amazing how accurate you can be, because there's a look to this shit.
Well, yeah, if they got cargo shorts on, that's suspect number one.
There's quite a look. Back when the old loudmouth shirts were hot, that was a look. White belts, that was a look. The Ricky Fowler look, that was, yeah. We were able to really identify who the pregame winners were going to be.
Is this like Christian and Brendan's FanDuel betting?
Yeah, probably, right?
Analytics.
I wonder. Hey, yep. Do you go back to, as Andy said, the decor and the dress and everything? Do you go back to the days of LeMode, Arias, Defini?
No, you're speaking Mandarin there.
Although I will say you do some commentary on the attire of your sandbagging.
Oh yeah. Well, I have a big problem. Like if people don't realize that they make moisture wicking shirts nowadays, like it's crazy. I see the undershirts under these, like, why would you do that to your body?
Yeah.
This shirt literally just takes everything away from you. It's wonderful. And they're going to put some, Hanes cotton shirt underneath it with the sleeves hanging out under their shirt. It's just sloppy.
Yeah. It's just bad at it.
100% mercerized cotton.
Yeah, exactly.
Goes against the old phrase, look good, feel good, play good.
Yes.
Yeah. So Yip, tell us where people can find you, please. I know how I found you, but what platforms are you on?
Well, Yip Strickler is on the TikTok. Yip Strickler's on Instagram. He is on YouTube. He's kind of starting to put all his material on there. And also Yip Strickler always talks in the third person. I don't know if you guys have caught on to that. Big third person talker, which I just realized. He's on Facebook, but that's kind of just I'm starting to get the hang of it. You know, this social media this is a lot. There's a lot of different things. You got to post it here, you got to post it there. It's a lot to handle. You know, I have a pretty big production team, but none of them seem to want to, you know, work just like my real business. So
Well, I think what you're doing is obviously it's funny, but it's actually kind of cool that somebody's digging into this stuff. And for all our listeners, go find Yip. It's definitely worth the follow.
and if you have anyone that you need to investigate and your club maybe puts a winner, you know, up on the internet and showboating for them, I'll be more than happy to dive in.
Yep.
Did you win a tournament recently, Alan? That was like a
No, but Andy finished second recently last week in a prestigious event.
Yes, it was a gross event though.
Oh
So
yeah, see, he's
oh.
safe. He's a real golfer.
Like I said, he's a stick.
no need to be investigated.
I may
No
have,
need to put him on the hot seat, but Andy,
Oh, I think Yip's time has come to get on the seat and answer some questions.
okay.
Buckle up.
get on the
Buckle up.
fondue pod.
We have 9 questions, kind of like the back 9. And there is a bonus question, and then I have another bonus question for you.
Oh boy, I'm gonna loosen up.
It's specifically made for you, but
Okay.
okay, so quick answers. What's your lowest 18-hole score?
73. I've done it twice. Dearborn Country Club, which is my prestigious private golfing club, since everyone is trying to dox me anyway. That's where you can find me. I don't care. Come and find me. Other place is Country Club of Jackson in beautiful Jackson, Michigan.
All right.
First time I played it. Love that place.
So
I
what do you
suck the next time though.
What are your 3 favorite golf courses that you played?
Definitely Dearborn Country Club because I have thousands of rounds there and it's where I learned to play the game. Arcadia Bluffs.
Amazing.
Yeah, I really like that place. And third, I don't know. I really like Detroit Golf Club. I think because it has the same feeling of my course, probably.
Right.
I like that place.
Cool. So what 3 courses that you have not played would you like to play?
Augusta National, Gray Walls up in Marquette. It's like this. It's a course in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan that I've heard a lot of good things. A member at my prestigious private golfing club, Mr. Brooks, he goes there all the time. He's like one of the richest members at my club. This guy's just filthy. And other one, Oakland Hills, because I think that maybe someone local would want to bring me there. Oakland Hills. I've never been there, but I hear the North's better than the South. I don't know.
I think you should probably be able to make that happen.
I think so. I'm actually keeping a journal right now of all the people that have invited me
I think we need a
places.
disclaimer, hot seat in Oakland Hills, please. No cross reference. Okay, go ahead, Andy, continue.
Okay, name the 3 best golfers of all time, no order.
Tiger, Jack, and dude, if this Scotty Scheffler guy wins 2 more Masters, he already has 2. If he wins 2 more, is he going to win 2 more?
Yes.
Recency bias.
I think so, but this guy's really good.
You
I mean,
should-
it should have been Rory, I think, but he married that woman and he hasn't won anything since. I made a video about it. I'm sorry, I thought he was done with her. Now he's back with her. I was all in on him when he was leaving her, and then right back to her. You saw what happened. So I don't know.
Okay, what's the best part of your game?
As far as like when I'm golfing my own golf ball, putting, chipping it's the best part. I do though for others though. I have witnessed so many. Oh, I've never shot this low before. I've never played this good. Everybody plays their career round with me. Just always happens. I don't know how I bring it out.
That's a golf skill for you.
Yep.
Okay, what skill is most important to play good golf in your opinion?
Short memory. And drinking 4 to 17 vodka seltzers every day really helps with that. Really helps. Because, I mean, honestly, like, I enjoy, just hitting an awful tee shot into the trees, punching out, and then like getting up and down for 100 yards for par more than making birdies. I don't know. It's like the most enjoyable thing. Short memory, lock back in, and that's my favorite.
Bobby, you got to be nodding your head about that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, who is your favorite golfer, past or present?
Hmm. Uh, can I do both? My favorite golfer currently is Sahith Theegala. I don't know what it is. I'm a big Sahith Theegala. I don't know if it's just his Indian descent that I love so much. I have one of my biggest clients. His name's Praveen Creamyvasan. He's from Makatiwa Country Club in Cincinnati. He brings me down every year. I don't know. I get a lot of the same vibes. Good family guy, and he's just, I don't know, just a good personality. He's always in it.
I was hitting balls next to him 2 hours ago.
No way.
Yeah.
How good is, oh, that's just got to be
He's
unbelievable.
a member at my prestigious
Champion? He's at the Champions? He's
private
at the
golfing
Champions
club.
Golf Club?
He is.
Oh, see, I did a little research on that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, the third course
It's a
I
little
wish.
butter fade, doesn't he, Andy?
Oh,
He's so good. And he is so nice too, by the way.
I bet he is. That's why I like him. As far as in the past, uh, for some reason, this might come off the wrong way. I just thought of his name. Jack Ham, the guy that came out with the Hammer X driver a few years ago. Oh, hold on. I got one in my closet.
Yip has left the building.
I was gonna say, if you're
You
on
guys
the
ever seen one in the wild?
He went to get his hammer.
You guys ever seen one of these in the wild?
No,
Look at this. Look at this thing.
Oh,
Well,
that's the white hammer.
And this is, I want to say this is post the shaft that was the sword that cut through the wind. It used to be like cut through the wind and
Right.
help you, get 200-mile-an-hour ball speed. This is the Hammer X. The reason I got this thing, I was down in Naples with a member at my club at the time, Eric Van Rieswab, and we met up with this one of his buddies that's in Naples. Gosh, what's his name? He's a member now. Why can't? Oh, Barry Bors, and he comes out to the range before, and he's like, "Oh, I just got this thing. Just showed up on my doorstep," and I'm like, "There's no way. Does he not know that this thing is a joke?" And he was, I don't know, he was 75 at the time, and he's out there swinging it, and I'm just listening to this thing, and I'm like, this is not going to be. He paid extra for the Super Stroke shaft. I don't know if you see this. I made fun of him the entire round. He never played it. He hit it at the range, never played it. We were at the bar a couple hours later. I just kept making fun of him. I'm like, why did you buy that thing? I just can't figure it out. And he finally just blew up on me. I was like, yep, I can't take it. And he went to his car. He threw it on the table. And he's like, it's your problem now. And so that's why I have it. Clearly I don't play with this thing, but it's like I don't know. It's like a fossil.
It's a good podcast trick though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Quickly describe the best shot you've ever hit. Time, place, and situation.
Best shot I ever hit. Dearborn Country Club, hole 16. It's a long par 4. It's always into the wind. I was playing a match. This was the King of the Hill thing I mentioned earlier. I was in the semifinals against this guy. I was down 2 with 3 to go. Hit a good drive. I had like 180 into the wind, hit a 6-iron over the bunker. Can't see it. We get up there, and he stuck his next one. Didn't matter. Mine was in the hole.
Wow.
That was the best shot. And then I 3-putted from 20 feet away on 17 to lose the match. But, the best shot I ever hit was right before that.
That's awesome. Okay, what do you cherish most about the game of golf?
What do I cherish the most about the game of golf? It's like it's like the one addiction that you can have where like even your therapist is like, there's no cure. You just have to go play. It like even Mama Strickler knows. She's like, you need to go play golf. Get out of the house. We need you out of here. You got. It's like I don't know. It's the best time with friends, buddies. You meet people. You play with. You do something with a person that you would never think you would interact with and get to know them and have a good time because you realize like, oh wow, putting this golf ball in the hole is really a lot of fun and we can do this together and be friends. So
Awesome. So, all right, 19th hole question. How many holes in one do you have in your career?
in Golden Tee, I have like 42, real life, 0. A lot of close calls. We're going to get one. We're going to get one.
Okay, the extra special Yip Strickler question. When's the last time you didn't turn in a score?
Couldn't tell you. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. Most of the times, to be clear, I play like 1.2 rounds per week, I would say, especially when the summertime hits. I'm a big family man. We spend our weekends a lot of times going to the lake. I don't really play golf on the weekends. So most times I play like once a week, try to squeeze one in here and there. And the game that I play in, we're all on the Genius. So the scores are going in and they're going right to the game. So I put them all in. I always have. Because for me, it was like I wanted to improve. I just wanted to improve, and that's the best way to gauge how you're doing. But apparently, once you get so good, you just start going the other way so you can take all my money.
Well, the man walks his walk, and I think that's an admirable thing.
Thank you.
So you survived the Quiet Please hot seat. Well done. Well played.
Thank you. Thank you. This was fun.
18th hole, Bobby, what you got before your phone dies on you?
Yeah, been using that phone a lot today. I guess a couple of things. Thanks again, Yip, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Just a lot of fun having you with us, and we'll try to send as many yipping fans your way for sure. But I always have trouble pronouncing the young guy's name, but he's really coming on strong. He's was played in the Drive Chip and Putt National Championship when I first met him. Ashke Patea. Why do I have trouble with that? With my last
Akshay.
But it was, refreshing that he get interviewed and 3-putted the last hole, loses by a shot. I mean, just mentioned that he was feeling a little nervous. So for the golfers out there, no matter what your caliber, always feeling the butterflies, or if you have butterflies or feeling nervous, I mean, it happens to the best of the players out there. So I just thought that was a nice thing to, have him talk about. And it reminded me just last Friday playing in the Kentucky PGA Section Pro Junior, one of my favorite events of the year, playing with some junior golfers. It's a blast to see how they play, how they think. Just played with some 3 really good players. Bradford Lacefield, you're going to hear a lot about Bradford, probably start hearing more about Abigail Kane, who was on our team. And then my little guy, Aiden Gould, he was, we nicknamed him the Blade. He started making putts left and right because I told him if he doesn't get the ball to the hole, we're giving him a wedgie. And then he started rolling them in.
Is that appropriate?
Andy?
So a couple things here. I think the first thing for me that's like super interesting is watching these young kids just graduate to playing PGA Tour events and playing unbelievable golf. I mean, the Miles Russell, the 15-year-old lefty who played at Detroit last week, shot even for 2 rounds, 2 under for his second round. I mean, like, that's an unbelievable accomplishment for a kid that old. Luke Clanton, who's, plays for Florida State. I mean, he was killing it last week, way up on the leaderboard up until the last day. I mean, Neil Shipley, the last year's USAM runner-up, has been posting some great finishes. He's turned professional now, but it's just amazing to watch those guys. On the other hand, I was watching the DP World Tour, Italian Open last round last week. And we're also accustomed to see all these great players coming down the stretch, hitting awesome shots, sinking great putts, doing all these heroic things. Well, these two guys, Marcel Siem and Anton Rosner, were vomiting all over themselves on the back nine. They had like 4-shot lead going into the last 7 or 6 holes, and Rosner sadly needed a top 3 finish to get into the Open Championship, and he shot 40 or something on the back nine, and it was just one mistake after another. It was like looking at a car accident. It was just really, really tough to watch. So, it takes a lot of fortitude to be that good when the spotlight's on, and it doesn't happen all the time. And Marcel Siem ends up winning the tournament in the playoff because he somehow found his wits about him. But yeah, it was an interesting battle to watch unfold there. And I want to thank Yip for joining us. And again, everybody, look, his account is hilarious, but it's also really it's resourceful, it's educational. And I think it's necessary in this world of golf that more people start calling out these sandbagging, people out there who keep thinking that they're great golfers because they massage their handicap and win net events.
The pro shop credit addicts, and I'm
Yeah.
tired of them.
Yep. Final thought.
Well, a few weeks ago, I reported on a story at TPC Craig Range, just outside of beautiful Dallas, Texas. And, it came to my knowledge that my cousin Chip, who's one of my investigative reporters, gave me some poor information about which gentleman was Dennis Brown and which one was Jim Abakan. And I just want to apologize to all my fans. I'm not like these, mainstream investigative journalists that never admit when they're wrong. I made a mistake. We did. My cousin Chip has been suspended for this, by the way. But I just wanted to clear everything up and just say that Dennis Brown was actually the guy that was accused of getting calf implants by most of the membership. And Jim Abakan was the guy that has the Mr. T obsession.
I saw that video.
Yep, you have no idea how well you set up that segue for me for my final thought. I love a man that takes accountability, and Sergio Garcia is not one. Open Championship qualifier, large crowd following the former Masters champion, who, by the way, does do matching outfits with his wife, was put on the clock and sadly will not be in the field for the Open. And as he quoted, it cost me. The fans cost me. That's all I got to say. Till next week, boys. We'll talk to you soon.